Riding on its belief that education is a key factor for nation building, the Economic Times held a summit, the Best School Brands 2016, that focused on the important role played by leading K-12 schools in building the students and making them ready towards contributing to the nation. The summit was flagged off with the welcome note by the Director of NCERT, Dr. Hrishikesh Senapati, who spoke on the changing requirements and needs of the education sector in the 21st century.
We are in 21st century. And in 21st century, our expectations are different. We want a different classroom in 21st century. We want different type of teachers. We want different types of assessment. As teachers, we have to change our role. We have to play the role of facilitators. And we have to implement this assessment. We have to think of assessment as learning, not assessment for learning or assessment of learning. We have to put much emphasis on assessment as learning. This assessment should be an integral part of teaching learning so that our children will not commit suicide. And we can integrate ICT very effectively with this assessment. Now we are talking of alternative assessment. I think most of the schools are using rubrics, portfolio, and we can integrate ICT with teaching learning so that we can bring about change in the teaching learning process. Thank you.
N.K. Sahu was next to deliver the keynote address on digital tools such as the e-Pathshala and the school management system that were improving learning outcomes and school performances in the country.
NCERT have one tool, or you may say website, where you can get the materials, school materials, or the student material for the students. That is called e-Pathshala. The target is student, they need books. You have books there. The teachers need the aid or the methods of teaching. They have those methods with them. There, guides are there. The resources are there. The researcher want to research about the education system of the country, so it is available there. So the e-Pathshala is a portal where you will find all these resources. Then we have what we call a school management system. I mean, the school, how many teachers are there, they are coming to the school or not, their presence, absence, leave management, it is there. So the students are also managed there. I mean, if they are paying fee, whether they are not paying fee, all these are managed also there. Besides that, there are many initiatives, and the collaboration between every interested party is required, including the parents and also the policymakers. So with this, I thank all of you to give me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
In her special address, Divya Lal of Educomp Solutions spoke about the impact of digital products such as STEM and FlipLearn on learning in the modern-day classroom environment.
Educomp being the largest education organization and being the trend runner, the forerunner in this business, essentially constantly looks at, how can we make, learning an enjoyable process both for the students and for the teachers. And I think Smart Class, which has been our flagship product for the last 13 years, has been there. Now we have launched another revolutionary product which is known as Smart STEM, which is all about enabling the right kind of skills of analysis, synthesis, and all the thinking skills that children need while they are learning the concepts. We are also looking at a new online platform which is known as FlipLearn, which is actually bringing together the entire education community, like a school, its parents, its students, its teachers, the school management, all together in their own space. Now, many a times I've been told, every ERP does that. But this is not about an ERP piece. We are not about sending SMSs. We are about engaging on the academic performance of the child, where the child can learn through high quality material at home, child has the access, a teacher is able to send messages, the teacher is able to tell what's going to happen in the class tomorrow, the parents are connected to know. There is great stuff that happens inside classrooms every day. The teacher can capture and post that, and it's a walled garden, which is the biggest piece in any education, is the safety of the child. Because there are many groups on WhatsApp, there are many groups on FlipLearn that try to create a community piece and social and the learning pieces. But these are not walled gardens. You can have people being impersonified. And I think as a parent, every parent is scared about the fact that who is my child really talking to on these social platforms. So how FlipLearn brings the whole piece on security is that it's a walled garden. Every user is an authenticated user by the school itself, so that we know precisely that the learning environment is engaging.
The second special address at the summit by Chaya Shastri centered on RoboMate, a technology-driven learning initiative and ERP platform from MT Educare.
RoboMate is a platform that is created, to give what? It's an educational platform, but what does it do? It has so many components, and it is made up of learning management system, or may I say ERP. A lot of people in the corporate world and otherwise have tallies, have SAPs, have a lot of administrative system whereby at the roll call of students, you have to know how the student is enrolled. Which standard is he? Is it his unique identification number? How is he present or absent? Is he actually faring well or not? So there's a lot of administrative system which a component of this RoboMate Plus gives you information to make sure that the school is management system savvy to know about your students. The next component is RoboBooks. What is this books? The books that you will be using. The books, the material that you will be using can be made in the digitized format so that there have been plenty of articles. Why should the student carry heavy load of the bag? Another one is RoboAnalyze. What is this RoboAnalyze? It actually shows what is the child doing in the classroom and where is he going wrong. So friends, this is a platform. This is a one-stop shop solution to take education to the next level.
The summit featured a stellar lineup of industry leaders who shared their insight on various pressing issues in a panel discussion themed Digitization of K-12 Education, Trends and Innovation.
Digitization is interpreted in many ways, depending on how we look at it. Some people look at that as computers, computer labs, technology, television. Some others look at it as something that's going to come and replace all the teachers in the world. And there are others who think that's going to be very disruptive, we don't know what this is going to do. And there's another notion that digitization is all about converting everything that is in the text form to a soft form, and that is digitization. Well, whichever way we look at it, I don't think we can ignore digitization of education that is happening. And so for the next few minutes, we're going to have very interesting discussions. Let me start by, always we need to start with the principal to pay the right respect to them. So, sir.
The main purpose of education is, it's twofold. Education for life and education for livelihood. Most of us, and it is the most unfortunate part of literate world that people talk about, education of livelihood. So as principal now, I ask myself that, am I preparing my kids to succeed, to get the job tomorrow? And the answer was no. And then we started talking about this, and we saw that technology is going to play an important role. There are four main components if we wish to win the world through technology. Human resource, which is teachers. Second is policymakers. Third is finance. And fourth is ICT. And my friends in the panel will be speaking about all those. Thank you very much.
Now let me invite Mr. B.S. Baswan to share his thoughts, a former secretary and now the chairman of the Lawrence School in Lovedale.
Education, we divide into various categories. What we're looking at today is what we call secondary education. Technology is very much a part of education, particularly secondary education. And as far as the government is concerned, they have a scheme, they are supporting government schools. There's also last mile connectivity. And I believe that from the government side, there need not be any shortage of resources. But there's always a huge time lag between the introduction of devices like computers and the state of readiness of those who are required to use them. Do we really need ICT in schools? And the answer is a categorical yes. Does it mean we're going to have virtual teachers? At times, I wish it did. The introduction of technology will be a game changer. Education today cannot do without the private sector. It cannot be entirely state-driven. Secondary education is a merit code, I believe, and therefore the time has come for greater intervention by players in the market. Competition is something which keeps us all honest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to request Madam Meenakshi Kushwaha to share her views.
Some facts I would like to share with you. Number one, entire learning will be through the handheld devices like tablets, padlets, mobile phones. And believe you me, all of us as educators ban the cell phones in schools. The second thing I came across was learning will be possible anytime from any geographical location, and learning and teaching both will be possible. And today we say that schools cannot have the work from home culture, but this is going to come, teaching and learning both from home. But believe you me, nothing can replace a school and a teacher. They are going to be there. Thirdly, I came across that education will go paperless. The point arises now is, are our teachers ready for this? They are not totally ready, but yes, give them some time, give them that support. They will be ready.
Now may I invite Dr. Chaya Shastri.
We are education support services company. You are the alma mater. You are the part which students remember. You are the part children actually miss, cry for, want, and if at all, they may forget things, but they never forget their teachers. So you can see the impact that you create. If you are the feelings, we are showcasing the feelings. So I simply want to say that what is missing in making you enabled, what is missing in making you able-bodied, so that what gets monitored, gets managed, is what this RoboMed platform is. What you want to teach and what you want to create is a content. What you want to assess is the delivery. What you want to assess is how are you going to evaluate child's learning needs. What you want to assess is actually making a new age content, etc. All is provided. My request only would be, try it out. It will only enhance the capability of institution. Thank you.
Let me turn to Madam Himal Bhatt, principal of Hansraj Model School, to share her thoughts on digitization in education.
There was a time when we were, shall I say, the only ones who knew everything. I mean, I'm talking about teachers, knowledge. We were the ones who transacted it. And then there was a revolution, but no evolution. There was a revolution, computers came in. There was a change, and we said, yes, we are willing for change. We wanted change, but we weren't really prepared. Somewhere along the way, we let go. Smart boards lag gaye. Black se green board lag gaye. We realized somewhere along the way, smart boards could not do everything that the students required. The requirement was much more. The pedagogies changed. We had people coming in with a lot of content. We tried to keep pace. Before we could actually pick up those bits, there was another change. There was so much change going on. We did not have in the schools everybody who could go along with this change. Many got left behind. The only thing is we have to decide what could be taken into digitization and what could be just left to the traditional method. We have to take a call on this. Thank you and have a wonderful evening ahead.
Sir, last but not the least.
So I have two formulations here to make. One is that technology providers should now become these solution partners, okay? So technology must answer that if I am going to learn through technology, is it going to fill the skill gaps in me? And therefore, we need to integrate all stakeholders into a learning ecosystem, students, parents, teachers, and the society and policymakers sitting here as to what kind of technology we require. Then technology has to be a life cycle approach, okay? From school to college to workplace to lifelong. And technology has to be our partners, and it has to add to innovation and entrepreneurship so that we don't only look for jobs, we are also in a position to create jobs. And therefore, two takeaways, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be not providers so much, but we have to be solution partners. And second is that we have now moved from didactics to diagnostics and dashboards, and therefore the role of technology is going to be very, very important. That's the message. Thank you very much.
This summit saw the unveiling of the Economic Times Best School Brands Coffee Table book by the chief guest, Dr. Hrishikesh Senapati, Director of NCERT. The Economic Times Best School Brands 2016 summit not only focused on industry challenges and opportunities through its speeches and deliberations, but also felicitated leading K-12 schools for their immense credibility of giving the nation great individual leaders. The following schools felicitated in the gala ceremony were Abhyasa International Residential School, Fravashi International Academy, GEMS Education, Jain International Residential School, Janki Devi Public School, Jai Shri Parival International School, JG International School, Khaitan Public School, Modi School, Narayana Group of Schools. NES International School. RBK Education Institution. Rungta International School. Ryan International Group of Institutions. Shashwat Concept School. Singapore International School. Trio World Academy. Vibgyor High. Vidyatri Modern World College.
I think it's a very proud feeling. I'm very humbled that all our hard work has paid off. It's being recognized. It's very encouraging to see that not only locally but let's say pan-India or internationally, we're being recognized for a lot of hard work and the amount of kind of kids that we're producing today.
Our chairman, his vision for the next gen students, and if it is going to be acknowledged, it's just a point which tells us that we are on the right path.
Well, we feel extremely happy being here and especially being recognized by Economic Times, and on behalf of the management of RBK Educational Institutions, we are happy to accept this award.
We have actually studied the problems the school and teachers in general face while administrating their core aspect, which is educating and teaching the students. Almost 40-45% of their time is spent on non-academic activities, which is not limited to but definitely includes report card preparation, question paper design and mentoring the students. So we are trying to take away, or we are trying to bring in technology to make these processes more scientific. We do it using the cloud technology, and we are empowering teachers, the school administration, as well as we are empowering the parents to keep a track of the child's progress on a periodic basis.
We at MIS already are following a lot of these things. We're already moving in, with digital education, though we have kept the DNA of our school alive, that is, believing in the Indian values and traditions, putting them across to our kids. At the same time, we provide them with all modern facilities so that they can become true global citizens.